aspects of school districts governing through the equity lens. A great discussion took place with the board members, Mr. Hankey, Mr. Sluka, and Ms. Hamilton, and the constructive and collaborative dialogue is most certain to translate into actions and policies in the near future. Thank you to all who attended and for your participation and input. Finally, as we all know, the April board meeting of the Board of Education is annually hosted in part to recognize some of the highest academic achievers in our district, known as Roses for Teachers. On behalf of the Board of Education, I want to recognize Rashad, Matthew, Ryan, Joseph, Charity, Haley, and Nathan tonight. Each of these individuals will graduate with summa cum laude recognition and what the district considers with highest honors. Congratulations to these individuals, the teachers who will be recognized, and their families. Your hard work, determination, and dedication is demonstrated with this honor. That concludes my report this evening. Now we will move to our committee reports. Do we have any committee reports this evening?
Madam President, I do. I have the CBCC report.
Ms. Morrison?
The 2021-2022 student calendar has been approved and is available on the CBCC website. The next CBCC Board of Education meeting will take place on April 26th at 6:30. On April 26, 2021, CBCC will recognize outstanding students during a virtual senior recognition ceremony. The following Garfield Heights students will be recognized as being outstanding students in their programs. That would be Alyssa Cosby, Kyle Miller, Lanaya Wiley, and Arthur Sloan. Cuyahoga Valley Career Center is proud to announce that 53 students have been recognized for their scholarship, leadership, service, and character through induction into the National Technical Honor Society. And this year, CBCC's NTHS induction ceremony will be held virtually on April 14th, 2021, and filmed so that it can be shared with the students and their families. And then GH students inducted into the NTHS include Sophia Fasone for Medical Administration Specialist, grade 11, Rayona Henderson, Sports Medicine Exercise Science, grade 12, Charity Perry for Digital Design, grade 12, and India Simmons for Graphic Imaging Technology, grade 12. And that concludes my report.
Thank you, Ms. Morrison. Do we have any other committee reports this evening?
Student activities report for April. Spring sports are up and running. We experienced a decrease in participation numbers and had to eliminate our JV softball and freshman baseball teams this year. We did have a positive COVID test on our JV baseball team. We shut the team down, monitored other players, and quarantined positive individuals. The team has now been cleared to resume competition. Our major recent purchases include game balls for softball and baseball, additional practice track equipment, game day supplies for baseball and softball, tennis shirts, track warm-ups, and baseball hats. That concludes my report.
Thank you, Ms. Thomas. Be there any more committee reports this evening?
Madam President,
Yes, Ms.
I have a committee report as a city liaison. Garfield Heights City Council met on April 12th, 2021. The announcement of the inaugural members of the Community Relations Committee was made. The members are Pastor Ian Cox, Pastor Ralph Faulkner, Sarah Lyons, Vanessa O'Malley, Bob Stemnock, and Minister Kevin McHenry. Nora Banks was ratified as an appointment by the mayor to the Planning Commission. There will be a special city council meeting on Thursday, April 22nd, and a regular board meeting on Monday, April 26th. Both can be viewed via Zoom. The meeting ID is 893-1547-4985. I'd like to welcome and congratulate our scholars and their families. Congratulations to all of the teachers being recognized this evening. And thank you to Yolanda Hamilton, Gina Wilson, and everyone that has worked on the DEI week. With that, Madam President, that's the end of my report.
Thank you, Ms. King. Any more reports this evening?
Madam President, I have another report for the Finance Committee.
Ms. Morrison?
I just want to let everyone know that we've had our first meeting of the Finance Committee to establish our framework, and that our next meeting will be May 17th at 5 o'clock. And that concludes my report.
Thank you, Ms. Morrison. Is there any more reports this evening? With there being no more reports, we will move on to our presentation this evening. And that is, Mr. Hanke, I'll let you take that.
Thank you, Madam President. Just give us a couple seconds. We're ready to call up the DEI Week video, if we could. It's a 3-minute video. It was done by Mr. Fruits. And it's just a wonderful kind of introduction to the week. So. It's coming.
While we wait for the video, I would like to let the families know that this evening's meeting is being broadcasted live on the district's YouTube page. While we wait for the video, I would like to let the families know that this evening's meeting is being broadcasted live on the district's YouTube
have
page.
a role to play in shaping the world as it should be. During the week of
While we
April
wait for the video, I would like to let the
19,
families
the
know
Garfield Heights
that this
City
evening's meeting is being
is celebrating the
broadcasted
second
live
annual
on
Diversity,
the district's
Equity,
YouTube
have a
page.
role to play in shaping the world as it should be. During the week of
While we
April
wait for the video, I would like to let the
19,
families
the
know
Garfield
that
Heights
this evening's meeting is being broadcasted.
We all have a role to play in shaping the world as it should be. During the week of April 19th, 2021, the Garfield Heights City Schools is celebrating the second annual Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Week. We all have a role to play in shaping the world as it should be. During the week of April 19th, 2021, the Garfield Heights City Schools is celebrating the second annual Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Week. We all have a role to play in shaping the world as it should be. During the week of April 19th, 2021, the Garfield Heights City Schools is celebrating the second annual In an effort to support, encourage, and promote diversity and inclusion everywhere. As we share our thoughts with the community, we've kept the question in mind, what will you do to change the world?
The Garfield Heights City School believes that we all have a personal responsibility in embracing diversity, practicing inclusion, and advancing equity. Our individual mindsets and attitudes reveal themselves through our behaviors, and our actions have an impact on the others around us in our school buildings, jobs, civic actions, and community.
When our mindset changes and we hold one another accountable to a higher, more inclusive standard, random acts of kindness will be on the rise. Individual actions toward one another will improve, and diversity, equity, and inclusion will become more firmly embraced.
Then ultimately, we will see broad behavior change across society where we collectively consider all matters through the lens of diversity, equity, and inclusion. We must all remain resilient, respectful, dedicated, and reignited in our passions about changing our behaviors to make diversity, equity, and inclusion the top priority in our society.
Perhaps the greater question is, what will we all do to change the world? Taking personal responsibility, holding ourselves and each other accountable, and changing our individual actions to affect long-term behavioral change are a major part of our path forward.
Be sure to see the activities, events, and opportunities to engage with our Garfield Heights families during Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Week in the Garfield Heights City Schools. Do your part to play your role to help the district and our community celebrate and embrace diversity, equity, and inclusion.
That's great, thank you.
Madam President, would you like me to go into the second presentation?
Yes, please.
Okay. Madam President, during the April board meeting, historically, the Garfield Heights City Schools honors our highest academic achievers. And we are so pleased to have our first in-person event for the public beyond some sporting events to celebrate our students. I'm going to now defer to Ms. Hager and her team to go through the Roses for Teachers ceremony. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Hanke. Welcome to our Roses for Teachers ceremony. We are all very proud of our school system, but tonight we get to celebrate our biggest assets, our students and our teachers. I have the immense pleasure of introducing you to the very best our school system has to offer, our 4-star award winners. These students are all graduating with a 4.0 or higher and are graduating summa cum laude with highest honors. These bright young men and women have accomplished much through their dedication and hard work throughout their school years, and a portion of their success must be attributed to the guidance and support of their parents. As I introduce each of these students, please help me acknowledge their parents as well. In their 13 years of school, the students always seem to have that one special teacher or counselor that stands out. This presentation is our little way of acknowledging the impact a teacher or counselor can have in helping to mold a young adult. I will call the students up alphabetically. Students, when you come up, you will read your Roses for Teachers statement. We'll take a picture right over here in the front with the teacher. And then if you'll stay up in the front so we can give you your 4-star award as well. To start us off tonight, we have Rashid Arda.
Rashid was born in California and soon afterwards moved to Jordan with his family. When Rashid was 15, his family moved back to the United States. He then had to adjust to a new culture and, of course, a new language. Luckily, Rashid is a quick learner. He excelled in learning here at Garfield Heights High School and is now one of our 8 students with the designation of summa cum laude with great honor. Rashid has been accepted at CSU, where he's been offered an $18,000 scholarship over 4 years. He's also been offered the Mandel Scholarship and $2,750 per year at Tri-C. Rashid hopes to study computer science in college. Tonight, he gives his rose to Mr. Baruki, who says that Rashid is the only student that has ever been taller than him. Okay, he's a little shy about reading, so I will read for him. This is what he wrote. A good teacher is like a candle. It consumes itself to light the way for others. Mustafa Kemal. In 2019, I arrived in the USA. Then I entered Garfield Heights High School. I was not really excited because my English language was not good. So I could not understand or respond to some students who asked me basic questions for a new student. Honestly, all of the teachers were great and they understood my situation, and I appreciate their work and patience. When I met my ESL teacher, Mr. Baruki, he was so friendly. He tried his best to improve my English language and made me feel comfortable with my new environment. He did a great job trying to find beneficial ways for me, what suits me best, or what way I prefer to learn. I just want to thank Mr. Baruki for his effort and for all other teachers. Thank you. Shukran jazilan. That's for you. Thank you.
It's my honor to bring you the 4-star award. Congratulations.
Our next student is Matthew Servan. Matthew was unable to attend tonight, but we're going to give you some information about him and read his rose as well.
Mr. Swope, could you come up, please? This is what Matthew has to say. Okay, let me just tell you a little bit about Matt. He's a very busy student. He works 2 full-time jobs and more than manages a full-time schedule at school. He also has been a member of the academic challenge team here at the high school. Matt will attend either Kent State or the University of Akron. He's been admitted to both schools' honors programs. He's been offered the maximum Kent State Guarantee Scholarship and the Obie Endowed Business Scholarship. Akron has offered him the Akron Alumni Scholarship, the Galen Roush Memorial Scholarship, and the Financial Advisory Board Scholarship. Matt's field of study will be finance. And tonight he gives his rose to Mr. Benjamin Swope, his math teacher. And this is what Matthew said about Mr. Swope. Throughout my high school journey, no teacher was as helpful or inspiring as Benjamin Swope. I first took a class under Mr. Swope in my sophomore year for Honors Algebra 2. He was incredibly useful as an aide and more than willing to answer each of my questions. That class ended as one of my most enjoyable courses to date, as a very challenging yet also well planned out. Moving past this one simple course, Mr. Swope has been able to impact other aspects of my life as well. He was more than encouraging in my pursuit of college courses and figuring out my college plans. Even though I was only in the 10th grade, Swope was able to help show the importance of planning my future. As I moved into my senior year and began to apply to multiple colleges, scholarships, and grants, Mr. Swope generously provided a moving recommendation letter that had secured my spot in those multiple universities. I cannot put into words how beneficial Mr. Swope has been in putting my college plans into motion. Even with just a simple letter, he has contributed more time and effort than ever required. It is easy to see just how much Mr. Swope cares about his students. All in all, I can confidently say I am a better student for having been in his class. I have no doubt each of his future students will feel the same. Matthew Cermak.
Get you on with him later on too. Thanks.
Our next student is Ryan Larson. And Ryan was not able to attend tonight either.
Ryan will be attending Bowling Green State University. He has received the Thompson Scholarship for Working Families and the Sherry L. Jones Scholarship for Future Educators. Ryan will major in adolescent young adult education. Ryan's favorite after-school club was academic team. Ryan couldn't be here tonight, but I will read his reasons for nominating his favorite teacher, Mr. Lambert. Mr. Lambert, who taught chemistry in my 11th grade year. It was his class that I first really found my love for science. He always presented difficult material in a way that was easy to understand. Perhaps more importantly, he always presented it in a manner that made topics interesting and enjoyable to learn. It was through his class that I finally decided to go into a teaching career. His class was always one of my favorites. Ryan Larson.
Perfect.
Our next student recognized tonight is Joe Leonard. And please recognize his mother, Lisa Copeland, as well.
Come on over here, Joe.
My rose for teachers goes to Mr. Jeff Pappish.
We need to say a few words about Joe. Is this microphone working? Okay. Okay, let me just tell you a little bit about Joe. He loves the outdoors. In his spare time, he loves to hunt, fish, camp, and play all kinds of sports. In school, Joe has played 4 years of varsity football, 1 year of varsity baseball, and 1 year of varsity bowling. High school honors include National Honor Society, maintained a 4.0 all through high school, most valuable player for baseball in the 10th grade, defensive player of the year in baseball 9th grade. Joe has not yet decided on a college and is waiting to hear about scholarships. So tonight, Joe gives his rose to his coach, Mr. Jeff Pappish.
So my rose for teachers goes to Mr. Jeff Pappish. I had the honor to acknowledge a very special person that has touched me throughout my high school career. Mr. Jeff Pappish has inspired me as a coach and as a teacher here at Garfield Heights High School. I owe many thanks to this individual. As a freshman, I had the pleasure of playing on his baseball team, and he welcomed me with open arms. I was not treated like a freshman player. I was pushed to the limit and constantly challenged. I know that I am a better player because of him. The dedication and drive he showed was also carried into the classroom. As one of his students, I felt that Coach Pappish was a teacher that showed encouragement and pushed me to be my best in all aspects of my life. I admire Coach Pappish and want to thank him for helping me to achieve greatness and for being someone that encouraged me at every step of the way. Sincerely, Joseph.
Sports Star Award. Congratulations.
The next student we will recognize tonight is James Newton, and please help me recognize his parents as well, Robert and Margaret Newton.
In addition to excelling in academics, James is also a great thespian. His love is real for everything theater. Among the many awards James has received in high school are Best Supporting Actor in a Fall Play, Best Leading Actor in a Spring Musical, Best Male Vocalist, Music Express, Theater Board President 2 years, and a four-year member of the National Honor Society. The First Ring Leadership Committee. James started his Garfield Heights theater career while still in middle school playing Chip in our production of Beauty and the Beast. I have enjoyed watching James in several of Garfield Heights' productions. Tonight, it will come as no surprise that James will present his rose to our drama department head and theater director, Mr. Steve Benjamin.
For my rose, I am nominating Mr. Benjamin. I have known him for a very long time, ever since he asked me to perform as Chip in the theater department's production of Beauty and the Beast 8 years ago. I knew from that moment that I wanted to attend high school to perform in the theater program. Since then, Benj has been a nurturing mentor in our work together. Productions that he's created were wonderful, incredible, and I am very grateful to have been a part of some of them. But he has also aided me in other endeavors outside of performing as well, from character work to sound and lighting, and from holding book and being helpful in rehearsals to writing and directing scenes and shows myself. He has encouraged me to do anything and everything theater related. Thank you, Mr. Benjamin, for your help in the tuning of my craft.
It's my pleasure to give you your Sports Star Award. Congratulations.
This next student we will recognize tonight is Charity Perry and her mother, Tiffany Perry.
Okay, when asked to say a few words about herself, Charity said that she loves Studio Ghibli. So being an old boomer, I had to look that one up. Studio Ghibli is a Japanese animation film company in Tokyo. In addition to animation, she loves all kinds of music, helping her family at home, and describes herself as a huge empath. While in high school, Charity had been active in National Honor Society and the National Technical Honor Society, where she earned a BPA, Advanced Desktop Publishing, and placed first in regionals in Fundamental Desktop Publishing 2021. She is also Adobe Certified Professional Visual Specialist. Charity's other high school activities include band, anime club, and academic challenge. Charity will attend Wittenberg University, where she has received a Presidential Scholarship, Priority Tiger Award, and First Year Research Award. Tonight, Charity gives her rose to her math teacher, Mrs. Mazzolini.
Ms. Mazzolini has been by far one of my favorite teachers in this school. She's made me believe in myself when nobody else would, and was just an overall understanding teacher. She has just been such a kind and gentle soul that you just can't help but smile around her. She made every day better. I know that while in her class, I didn't do the best, but she helped me become the best I can be in her class. She would go out of her way to provide me with extra help so I can succeed. And she even made me realize that science is what I wish to do with my life. A teacher like her deserves a world because she's definitely made an impact on mine.
The next student we will recognize tonight is Haley Sobosinski, and please help me in recognizing her parents, David and Barbara Sobosinski.
Haley is a stellar student who has really taken advantage of her time at Garfield Heights High School. In her 4 years, she has participated in National Honor Society, tennis, bowling, marching, and concert band. Haley will be attending Ashland University, where she received a $160,000 scholarship. Okay, so that's her overall scholarship she received for where she applied to school, but she will attend Ashland. She'll study integrated mathematics for teaching. Maybe when she's done, she'll come and work with some of her old teachers. This evening, Haley will present her rose to her grade school teacher, Mrs. Kondash.
The teacher I'm writing about is Mrs. Kondash. I had her back in 5th grade for math, and she helped me a lot even after I didn't have her as a teacher anymore. When I had her, I was head of most of my class, and she would let me work on the next lessons during class, or at least she never stopped me from doing it. She would always answer any of the questions I had, and I don't remember what grade I was in or what kind of meeting it was, but it was in the auditorium here. We ended up talking after the meeting ended about how I was doing. At the point, I was still deciding if I wanted to do college credit plus, and if I did, when I would do it. She believed that I could do it, and when I made up my mind to actually do it, she helped me figure out when the best time would be to start.
And last but certainly not least, we have Nathan Wickert and his parent, Shauna Newman. Nathan's high school activities include marching and concert band, Music Express, and National Honor Society. He has won the OMEA, the Ohio Music Education Association Award, for both solo and ensemble competitions, and is principal chair in the OMEA 7th District Honor Band. In addition, Nathan was part of 2 winning grand champion medals for Music Express. Nathan will be attending Ohio University and will double major in chemical engineering and trumpet performance. Nathan has chosen Mr. Pope, our band director, as the teacher most influential to him.
All right, let's get on with this. I remember it like yesterday. A bright sunny day, hair flying in the breeze. Who am I kidding? We both know I am not one for colorful wording. But what I do know is that I would not have made it as far as I have without you. I'm not sure if it was by pure chance or just a series of fortunate events, but I'm happy to have spent the past years as your student. Having a teacher that listens, nurtures, and supports in the way you do is 100% a treasure, and GHHS is extremely lucky to have you on their staff. But your influence is greater than you know, and you will always be remembered. I can't wait for what has yet to come in our journeys. Thank you for having me.
And that concludes our presentations of the Roses for Teachers ceremony and our 4-star awards.
Thank you. And again, congratulations to both our scholars and our outstanding educators in the Garfield Heights City School District. On behalf of the Board of Education, it just does us great honor and a privilege to be able to witness this evening. It has done my heart well, and I'm sure my fellow board members, we're just excited to be, we're most definitely Bulldog proud this evening. Thank you.
And we were wondering if it would be possible for us to take a few minutes to take some pictures with all the students?
With the Board of Education, Ms. Hager?
Yes, we could do that as well.
Yes, that is fine.
Okay.
Do we want to take the pictures right out here in where we have our Bulldog Pride sign?
Yeah, Madam President, if I may, do you mind if the board just usually have, if you guys go up before we start the regular agenda?
No, that's fine.
Okay, very good.
Absolutely. This evening is most definitely our scholars and our educators, so whatever we need to do to accommodate, just instruct us accordingly.
Okay, that would be great. If we can get all of our students and parents, if you want to take pictures, feel free to come on out into the front lobby as well. But if we can get you to come out here and to the board members so we can get some pictures tonight. Thank you.
All right, thank you everyone for your patience as we continue our celebration for our scholars and our educators this evening. We will move forward with our agenda this evening. Our next item on the agenda is our superintendent's report. Mr. Hanky.
Thank you, Madam President. The Garfield Heights City Schools is proudly celebrating the week of April 19th through the 23rd as Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Week throughout the district. This is our annual effort to showcase our collective belief that diversity is celebrated and inclusion is promoted in all aspects of the Garfield Heights City Schools. A special online video demonstrates our love for one another and encourages us all to be and to live out the change we hope to see in the world by asking ourselves the question, what can I do to promote diversity, equity, and inclusion? A special thank you to Yolanda Hamilton and Gina Wilson and all the others who have helped to create meaningful activities and events for students, staff, and families to participate in throughout the week. The testing season is forthcoming, and the Garfield Heights City Schools thanks all of the students, staff, and families for their resilience, patience, and preparation as we approach these exams. Please ensure restful evenings, avoiding stressful matters, and eating properly during our testing duration. To all of our students, do the very best you can. I know you will make us proud as Bulldogs. Finally, my highest congratulations goes out to the students of Garfield Heights High School who comprise this year's academic honorees. Your diligence and hard work has paid off in a grand fashion. I congratulate the teachers and staff members who will be receiving roses as part of the annual time-honored Garfield Heights tradition of Roses for Teachers. Our staff members have invested countless hours over the academic journeys to ensure that our students have the skills and understandings to succeed. Congratulations to all. Madam President, that concludes my report.
Thank you, Mr. Hanky. Does anyone have any questions regarding Mr. Hanky's report this evening? I just have one question. Do we know how's attendance been with our students coming in that are for testing?
I just have an anecdotal note about that, Madam President. We were pleasantly surprised to have over 400 middle school students attend the first day of testing. We were concerned, obviously, with the current situation with COVID, that there would be more that would have opted out. So that was just today is day one. So we are encouraged by that as we move forward.
All right, thank you,
You're
Mr.
welcome.
Hanky. Are there any more questions? All right, well, our next section of our agenda is remarks from the public regarding agenda items. Mr. Sluka, do we have any remarks this evening?
Madam President, there is nobody this evening.
Okay. Thank you. The next item on our agenda this evening is I'm requesting that we waive the reading of items 9.1 through 0.3. Can I have a motion to waive items 9.1, the reading of 9.1 to 9.3?
Second.
That was moved by Ms. Thomas and second by Ms. King. Roll call, please.
Ms. Thomas?
Yes.
Ms. King?
Yes.
Ms. Morrison?
Yes.
Ms. Daniels?
Yes. Actually, can I have a motion this evening to waive the reading of items 10 through 15? So moved.
Second.
That was moved by Ms. Morrison and second by Ms. Thomas. Can I have a roll call, please, Mr. Sluka?
Ms. Morrison?
Yes.
Ms. Thomas?
Yes.
Ms. King?
Yes.
Mrs. Daniels?
Yes. Is there any discussion on any of those items this evening? Okay. And I would like a motion for item number 16. And those are the recommendations of the superintendent to the board, miscellaneous items. Yes.
We, look at number 15, we have one contract.
Do we do
North Coast
15?
Therapy Associates, before we get to 16.
Yes.
Grab that one.
Can I have a motion for item number 15, which is the contract of North Coast Therapy Associates?
Second.
Mr. Sluka, that was moved by Ms. Thomas, second by Ms. Morrison. Roll call, please.
Ms. Thomas?
Yes.
Ms. Morrison?
Yes.
Ms. King?
Yes.
Mrs. Daniels?
Yes. Is there any discussion on that item? Can I have a motion for item number 16? All the items up under 16.1 through 16.3?
So moved.
That was moved by Ms. King, second by Ms. Thomas. Roll call, please.
Ms. King?
Yes.
Ms. Thomas?
Yes.
Ms. Morrison?
Yes.
Mrs. Daniels?
Yes. Is there any discussion on number 16?
Can I briefly comment on number
Yes.
16? Just, we are approving, contracts and a, financing for transformers here at the high school. We are bringing those, we are currently renting those from First Energy at a cost to the district. We are now going to be purchasing these transformers and bringing them under the ownership of the school districts. Will allow the district to save roughly an annual savings of $159,000. We will be paying for these transformers free and clear in a period of 5 years. From that point forward, we will have annual savings away from the financing piece. So this is a good thing for the district. It sets us up long-term for savings.
Thank you. Any questions?
And then one more thing, if I could, I'm sorry. On 16.3, the original contractor had some financial difficulty about bankruptcy. However, they did access some of our funds and use that for another purpose. So 16.3 is authorizing me to go after this company to try to recoup some of the money that we gave them for equipment we did not receive. And we will be pursuing that with the county prosecutor and the city prosecutor both together. So we feel we need to do that because that was not right.
And
thank the board for authorizing me to do that.
Okay, thank you. What was the procurement process for selecting this new contractor, and are we sure we won't run into the same issues?
Well, first of all, we got 3 bids, or I'm sorry, we got 2 bids, and the next thing is before we enter into a contract this time, we're going to ensure that this gentleman, this contractor gives us a bond for the total cost of the project to ensure that they do the performance bond.
Thank you.
Only once.
Item number 17 is remarks from the public regarding miscellaneous items. Do we have any?
No emails. I think everybody was, I've seen the comments, everybody's happy and really congratulatory with the roads for teachers.
Okay, great. Thank you. Alrighty, well, the last item on our agenda this evening is the announcement of our next board meeting. Our next board meeting is scheduled for May 10th at 6 p.m. That will be the Board of Education's work session. And then we also have a regular board meeting scheduled for May 17th, 2021 at 6 p.m. And that is the regular board meeting for the Garfield Heights City School District. If there is not any more comments, can I have a motion to adjourn tonight's meeting?
Madam President, I move that we adjourn tonight's meeting.
Second.
Mr. Sluka, that was moved by Ms. King and second by Ms. Morrison. Roll call, please.
Ms. King?
Yes.
Ms. Morrison?
Yes.
Ms. Thomas?
Yes.
Mrs. Daniels?
Yes.